Hello everybody, this is RBR Short Films 13, aka Ryan, and today I am doing a video basically um, letting you guys know Insane Cage of Madness Part 1 is only slightly delayed. It's not like it's being delayed a month or a year. It's coming out on the 12th, so that's only 9, 10, 11, 4 days. I needed slightly more time, and you know that I don't have this like big post-production crew. You know, things take time, and I've been spending months on this movie. I can't even believe the length of this film. Like, the original runtime for this was like an hour, and then it went down to 40 minutes, and now it's like almost 40 minutes. So the movie, I'm sorry, my nose. Oh, uh, the movie, I mean, it looks great. I'm really proud of it, um, and I cannot wait for all of you to see it. I truly apologize for the delay. Uh, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I'm just kind of giving this all a few days, you know, processing everything, and I want to make sure that uh, my head's in the right place with the film, and that it is as best as possible. These glasses drive me crazy sometimes. Sorry, it's a reflection. It's a reflection, you know. Um, but yeah, I apologize for that. But it will be coming out on the 12th, and I hope you guys like it. You know, I really hope you do. I filmed this movie in, it was like the beginning of March of this year, and then I wrapped filming in April. I think it was April or May uh, of this year, and then I spent the whole summer and all fall working on this, and I'm truly amazed how long this movie took me. Um, and I don't know, maybe because it's like a character study kind of movie, where I'm the main character, and it's like me editing myself, and it's like, oh, what's the best take of? It's just kind of weird to edit myself like that much. Like, I'm okay being like a supporting character in my movies, or like a small role, you know, not necessarily a cameo, just you know, a smaller role. Um, like, you know, in The Double Servant, like, you know, I played a bully in that movie, but I wasn't like the main character. Only had some scenes. That was great. This, you know, I'm like the main character the whole film. Same as the first Insane movie. And, you know, I've played the main character before in movies, Destiny of Ghostface Part 1, Halloween November 3rd. So, and saying is November 3rd was only like a 16-minute movie. That actually was a lot of fun. I think if I had to pick a movie that I had the most fun filming in terms of me starring in it, um, would be Halloween November 3rd. I'm very, very happy with that movie to this day. And it was a lot of fun to work on. I got that movie out quick, but um, I knew 2016 was a very struggling year, and I wanted my subscribers to have a Halloween movie that was worth watching and, you know, would cheer their day up. And what do you know? It's my most successful movie on YouTube so far, aside from Ghostface versus Jason. Now, the Insane movies, sadly, they don't get the same recognition as my fan films, and I think because my fan films get so much popularity is because they're characters like Jason Voorhees, characters like Michael Myers, and I think for that reason, when you try to do something original, it's very difficult to gain an audience with something that's never been done before. Thankfully, Insane Michael's Origin, it's been on YouTube since 2012, so you guys can go to those movies and go to my channel, my playlist, and you can watch. I have a special playlist for the Insane movies as well, so you can check that out. Please do as well, if you haven't seen it, because then you're going to be very confused with Cage of Madness Part 1 if you've not seen the first movie. So I would at least recommend the first one, and the prequel does help explain a lot too as well of more of the storyline. So I would recommend that. Insane, I would say, is my favorite movie series of mine because it's original. And it was a collaborative effort, uh, you know, with multiple people with, our creative ideas. So the only movie series that I've truly come up with all on my own, fully wrote, and everything, what was The Devil Servant. Same as it will go for The Devil Servants as well. Um, yeah, so it's cool when my name is just there, written, directed by Ryan Rickard, based on the characters by Ryan Rickard, and that it was all me. But it's okay, sometimes for movies to have like another writer, or another writer, maybe two other writers that, um, you know, I think that's always never a bad thing. Halloween New Blood, I had my sister co-direct the movie, so she directed 50% of the movie, and I directed the other 50% of the movie. So her and I went back to back shooting scenes. Sometimes I wouldn't be there on set. Sometimes she wouldn't be there on set. Some days we would be there on set working together. And yeah, so that was it is nice when you have a collaboration with people because they give you all these ideas that you wouldn't even have thought of. And I realize that movies should be a collaborative process because if it's not a collaborative process, it can get messy, you know. Um, and I don't want to make that movie where, oh, it was fully written, every single word in the script was from me. And I'm kind of against that as well. I love when an actor says something when I'm on set and they're like, hey, I don't like that line. Could we change it? Can we maybe phrase this a little differently? Because then I know that it's like they're viewing it as an audience member. Like, how would the audience react to that line? Oh, my nose. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. No, and I'm not bleeding or anything like that. I just had a runny nose this morning. Um, but I'm fine. I'm not sick. I don't feel sick at all. Um, but yeah, sorry guys for the delay. I hope you guys understand. I would think you would. I mean, I'm not delaying this for like another month or a year. It's only a few days. So it's just for me to do some final touches that I wouldn't have been able to do if I would have released it today. Um, so what I ask you guys is patience. It'll be on YouTube on Thursday. That way I can like set more of a reminder for this movie if I can, um, and you know, build a little bit more hype for this. And also, you gotta remember, guys, I probably won't be able to make Insane Cage of Madness Part 2. I mean, I have shot portions of that movie. Like, all the footage of me in Part 2 is completed. I had to complete footage of me for both movies because of my long hair. I wanted to get that cut, and so I filmed everything early this year for both movies. So all my footage is done, um, but there's a lot more to go with part two, and I have shot portions of The Devil Servants, but because of what's going on right now, what we're living in right now, it's a little bit more difficult to make these movies, and my guess is I won't be able to make Insane Cage of Madness Part 2 probably until summer of 2021. Um, and it probably won't come out until November or December of next year. I hate that you guys have to wait a whole year for part two. That's never what I wanted. I always like only like a 6 months difference. And I could have delayed this movie. I easily could have, like, and put it on the shelves, but I'm not going to do that because there's all these movies that are being delayed and delayed and delayed. It's like, no, not my movie. I'm not delaying my movie. It's not going to the movie theaters. People don't have to pay for it. It's a non-profit movie. People can view it on YouTube, and that's great. People can just watch it. Yes, it'll be 18 plus, so you have to be an adult to watch this movie. um, but it's not that bad though. Like it's not as bad as like certain other movies I've made in terms of language or violence or whatever. Like, this film is more psychological than anything. It's a definitely different kind of movie. It's more like how the Twilight short was, and how the Insane films were, where it's just very much original. Double Servant, where it's like my ideas. So it's exciting. It's not a another fan film, but I will say one more thing. I one day I would love to make a Halloween. No, sorry, not a Halloween. I know you guys would love for me to make a Halloween New Blood sequel. I know, but best advice I could give about that is I have thrown away the towel for Halloween fan films. Think about it. I made November 1st when I was 14 in 2009. I made November 2nd when I was 14 in 2010. I made Halloween November 3rd in 2016 when I was almost 21. I almost was turning 21. Uh, and then uh, I lost track of what I was talking about. My bad. Oh man. Uh, uh, Yikes. But yeah, this is definitely a not necessarily a more independent film. It definitely has that vibe to it, but um, I wonder what you guys are really going to think about it. Yes, this is what I was going to say. Now it's hit my head now. Uh, I've been thinking about it for years, and you know, okay, so November 1st, November 2nd, I was 14. Then November 3rd, I was 20. November 4th was I was 24, 23 and 24 when I made that movie. Um, and even though I had like a cameo, a little, in that movie and, all that, but making all four of those movies and then Halloween New Blood on top of that, that's five Halloween fan films I've made. So I think I've done what I wanted to do. Of course, I would love to do more and more, because I love Halloween. I love Michael Myers. It's like putting shoes on the Halloween movies. Like it's nothing new. I'm very familiar with that franchise. Um, but and I've always wanted to make a Child's Play fan film. But only if Brad Dourif, contacted me and said, "Hey, let's make a Child's Play fan film. I'll do the voice for it." That'd be the only way I would like say, "Yeah, let's go ahead and do this." Now, any fan film that I would ever make in the future would be a Nightmare on Elm Street fan film. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I feel like, has been treated really badly. Um, it doesn't get the recognition and popularity that it used to. And I'm a big fan of the original, the first three movies, basically, when Freddy was very scary. He wasn't so much comedic. And I did like the Freddy versus Jason Freddy as well because he was like a mix between scary and funny. Um, but I always wanted to make a Nightmare fan film. I could see it turning out very well, and I'd rather make that movie sooner than later. But I know the perfect actor to play Freddy Krueger, actually, and I know it wouldn't be Robert Englund. No one can ever beat Robert Englund, but um, my uncle, one of my uncles, he has made these Freddy Krueger impressions all since when I was growing up, and he crushed it. I remember one time I think he did go as he dressed up as Freddy Krueger one year for a Halloween party or something, and I was like, whoa, like even he's not Robert Englund or anything like that, but I was like, he really knows what he's doing, like playing this character, portraying this character. Um, and so I've talked to him for years about it, and he's actually open-minded to it. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but if it does, I certainly would love to do that. Something I'm not against, because I've already made Friday 13th fan films. I've made Halloween fan films, um, Scream fan films. It'd be nice to have my take, put my take on Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, my Nightmare on Elm Street fan film would be very scary, very serious. Um, I try to do best with the mask. I mean, with the face, try to make it look as realistic as possible. The burn marks. I mean, and it could easily be like a 18-minute short film. But just the fact that I made a Nightmare fan film would be pretty cool. I'm not, of course, this could be a video for another time of Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm just letting you guys know that if I were to ever come back and make a fan film for anything, it would be Nightmare on Elm Street. And I haven't fully ruled out Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but only way I'd ever make a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film is if I could make it in Texas, or somewhere in California that looked like Texas. I couldn't film it in a location like here on the East Coast or in the Midwest. I would have to film that on a location that looks like it has to be authentic. I'm not doing no green screen. Uh, unless green screen gets more advanced, as time goes on, where you can't even tell, but you can tell, still. So I'm gonna wait, until like, yeah, in near future. But I haven't ruled out a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film or a Nightmare on Elm Street fan film. So if I were to come back for fan films, it'll be that. Other than that, my next movies are my own original titles. I mean, my own original projects. So either if it's my own original slasher movie or it's my own original um, drama or fantasy. I want to explore different, you know, uh, elements of my filmmaking. Should I make a Star Wars fan film? Let me know, guys. I finally have the technology for it. I waited a long time till I could have the right tools for it. I would love to make a Star Wars short, like a lightsaber fan film, something cool like that. If you guys think that would be awesome, I would love to do that. Um, and I have ideas for other movies as well, other shorts, just different kinds of movies that, aren't necessarily a horror, I think to generate more audience, viewers, more subscribers, where they can like my movies, other movies, if let's just say that, oh, I don't like his horror films, but I like his Twilight short and I like his Star Wars short, I like that. So I'll have an audience for horror movies, for science fiction, for fantasy. I think that's important as a young filmmaker to expand, explore your talent, your creative, you know, everything. Where, I give it a shot. And if the Star Wars fan film isn't good, um, you know, uh, okay, then I know that I'm not suitable for Star Wars, um, in terms of directing and writing. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys would like to see in the future for my upcoming projects after The Devil Servants and Insane Cage of Madness Part 1 and Part 2. Thank you guys for your patience for Insane Cage of Madness Part 1. Um, Apologize again. It will be coming out on the 14th. No matter what, I'll make sure of that. And I hope that you guys enjoy this movie. It's looking really, really good. And when it's fully finalized with music and everything, and I'm getting there, really getting there. I mean, it's near completion. I mean, the credits are done. Um, so much of all the CGI effects are done. Everything. Only thing stuff I have to finalize is like the sound mixing, music mixing, and making sure that the movie sounds good. I don't want it to sound bad. I don't want to get this movie out and the audio is like, not as good as it could have been. So I just don't want to run into that where the movie comes out and it's like, oh, I wish I would have changed that. I wish I would have fixed that. So I'm preventing that as much as possible. Now there will be a supercut down the road for Part 1 and Part 2. And I guarantee you when I do that, I will make that my own director's cut. I'll probably change maybe a few things, probably looking back at both movies, I'll be like, yeah, maybe that I could change that or maybe include that. So, um, yeah, basically that's my video, guys. Thank you for watching. Insane Cage of Madness Part 1, November 14th. Sorry, not November 14th. November 12th of 2020 this year. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm sorry that you guys will have to wait probably a year for Part 2 and then another year for Double Servants, but or almost a full year. Um, but I'm gonna get these movies out. I'm gonna make them, when I can. I'm making part 1 right now, so I'm not gonna stop making movies, despite what's going on. It's what I love doing, and I love you know, um, entertaining you guys. So, all right, that's my video. I'll talk to you all very soon. I'll make sure that I will make a video when the movie comes out, and we all can talk about it. So I might do a live stream when the movie comes out, and we can all talk about it live, you know, as well. So yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. All right, peace. Come on, trying to stop the recording button. All right, come on.